Today, we're diving into the history, rarity, and the jaw-dropping value of a coin that might just be lying around in your pocket, or tucked away in a jar somewhere in your home. Yes, we're talking about the incredible 1980 United States 1-cent coin, a coin with a hidden value that could surprise anyone. By the end of this video, you'll see just how much this little penny could be worth, and trust me, you won't believe it. So, what's so special about the 1981 cent coin? At first glance, it might just look like any ordinary penny. A small coin with President Abraham Lincoln on one side, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, pretty standard, right? But in the world of coin collecting, not all pennies are created equal. To understand the value of this coin, let's first dive into a bit of history. In 1980, the United States Mint was still producing pennies out of 95% copper, with a small blend of zinc. These pennies had a nice weight and a satisfying feel, something many of us remember fondly from childhood. Copper coins were the norm in the US for a long time. After all, pennies had been made with copper since the late 18th century. By the 1980s, however, copper prices were rising, and it was getting more expensive to produce these little 1-cent coins with so much copper content. So, just a few years after 1980, in 1982, the US Mint made the big decision to shift to a primarily zinc penny with only a thin copper plating. But our 1980 penny here still holds the classic composition of 95% copper, making it one of the last few years where pennies were made with significant amounts of this precious metal. Alright, so why would a 1980 penny be worth anything beyond its face value? That's where rarity and condition come into play. Millions of pennies were minted in 1980, but only a few survived in pristine, near-perfect condition. Think about it, most coins pass through hundreds, even thousands of hands, they get scratched, tarnished, and worn down. Coin collectors and numismatists, that's just a fancy word for coin experts, have a grading system to evaluate coins. Coins in top-grade condition, like mint state or MS-68, which basically means the coin looks almost as perfect as the day it was minted, are incredibly hard to come by. And for the 1980 penny, finding one in this condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. If you're lucky enough to have a 1980 penny in one of these top conditions, you're holding on to something special. The scarcity of high-grade examples makes these pennies extremely attractive to collectors. Now, let's talk about one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting, errors. Yes, sometimes the mint makes mistakes, and these so-called error coins are like gold to collectors. The 1980 penny is known to have a few types of mint errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks. Imagine finding a penny where Lincoln's face is doubled or where the coin's edge has a distinctive misstrike. These mistakes might sound small, but to a collector, they can make a world of difference. A 1980 penny with an error in top condition is even rarer and can drive its value to new heights. Now, you might wonder, why would anyone pay a high price for a penny? Well, like any market, the world of coin collecting is all about supply and demand. There are thousands of collectors who specialize in pennies, particularly Lincoln cents, and they're constantly searching for coins that complete their collections or add a rare, valuable piece to it. In recent years, we've seen some phenomenal sales of rare pennies at auctions. The passion and competition among collectors drive prices higher and higher. And when a collector spots a 1980 penny in flawless condition or with an unusual error, the bidding wars can get intense. So, if you're sitting on a coin like this, you could be looking at a serious return on a single penny. Alright, so you might be wondering, do I have one of these rare, valuable 1980 pennies? Here's what you should do. First, look through your change, old coin jars, and any place you might have loose pennies. Once you've found a 1980 penny, check its condition. Does it look clean and nearly untouched? Or has it been through some rough times? Then, if you think you've got something special, consider getting it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations can certify its condition, and if you're lucky enough to score a high grade, that's when the real magic can happen. Keep in mind, a professional grading can increase the coin's value significantly, as collectors trust these grades when they make their bids at auctions or online marketplaces. And now, it's time for the big reveal. You've heard the history, the rarity, the minting errors, and the market demand. But just how much could a single 1981 cent coin in pristine condition and with an error be worth in today's market? Well, brace yourself, because a 1980 penny like this could fetch a jaw-dropping amount. That's right, folks. One penny could be worth a fortune. So, go check your pockets, and who knows, you might just discover a millionaire's treasure lying in your loose change. Asterisk, if you found this video helpful and want more insights on rare coins that could make you rich, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Asterisk. Today, the answer might surprise you because we're talking about the United States 1982 Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of copper that has collectors and treasure hunters in a frenzy. Why? Well, hidden in its metal and minted history is the potential for a jaw-dropping reward. So, grab a seat, and let's dig into the fascinating story of how a small coin like this could be worth big money. Before we dive into what makes the 1982 penny so valuable, let's rewind a bit. The Lincoln penny, also called the Lincoln cent, first made its appearance in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was meant to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. His iconic image on the front has become one of the most recognizable symbols in American currency. And while the design has seen some changes over the years, the Lincoln penny remains a staple of American history and culture. The year 1982 was a monumental one for the U.S. Mint and coin collectors alike. In 1982, the U.S. Mint faced a tough decision. Copper prices were skyrocketing, making it expensive to continue producing pennies made entirely of copper. To cut costs, they decided to switch the penny's composition from 95% copper to a copper-coated zinc. This change was more than just a metal swap, it led to one of the most exciting and confusing times in the history of the Lincoln penny. During the transition in 1982, both copper and zinc pennies were minted. Here's where it gets really interesting. 1982 is the only year when two different compositions were used for Lincoln pennies, some were made of copper, and others were zinc. And this brings us to the 1982 Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, but here's the twist, the U.S. Mint created various subtypes of the 1982 pennies. There were large dates and small dates in both copper and zinc compositions, resulting in a variety of combinations. Collectors have been hunting down these subtypes for years, especially because one particular version, the copper 1982 small date Lincoln penny, is so rare that it's almost mythical. What makes the copper 1982 penny so elusive? It's because most of the 1982 pennies were struck in zinc after the change. Only a tiny number of copper versions made it through, by accident or by some twist of fate. Imagine being one of the few people holding onto a coin that wasn't supposed to exist. Collectors have spent countless hours combing through rolls of 1982 pennies, hoping to spot that distinct copper shine that sets these rare coins apart from the rest. You might think, how hard can it be to spot copper from zinc? Well, it's actually trickier than you'd think because both metals were used that year. If you're wondering if you might have one of these rare pennies, here's a quick way to find out. Take your 1982 penny and weigh it. A copper penny from 1982 will weigh around 3.11 grams, while the zinc version weighs about 2.5 grams. If your penny weighs in at 3.11 grams, then congratulations, you might be looking at a rare find, but there's more. To confirm whether you have the true copper small date 1982 you'll want to examine the date's font style carefully. Small dates have thinner numerals compared to large dates, especially the 2 and 8. The subtle differences can make it challenging, but also incredibly exciting. Rare coins have always had a special place in the world of collectibles, but in recent years, certain coins, like our mysterious 1982 penny, have caught the attention of not just collectors but also investors. And for a good reason, coin prices have soared due to the unique qualities and history attached to each piece. The Lincoln penny is a favorite among collectors because it represents a part of American heritage. The thrill of finding rare coins has even led to YouTube channels, blogs, and coin shows dedicated to hunting down and grading these special finds. And who knows, perhaps you're about to be the next lucky person to discover an incredibly valuable coin in your spare change. So, what exactly makes a coin like the 1982 penny worth so much? The answer lies in a combination of factors. This penny is so rare that there are only a handful known to exist. As any collector knows, rarity is one of the most critical factors in determining a coin's value. The quality of a coin matters immensely. A well-preserved 1982 copper penny, free from scratches and damage, is worth significantly more. As part of the 1982 transition, this penny symbolizes an important change in American currency. giving it historical value, / the demand for rare coins like the 1982 D penny has collectors willing to pay almost unimaginable sums to get their hands on one. And while there are no guarantees, some collectors have speculated that if a pristine 1982 D copper penny, small date, were to go to auction, it could fetch as much as, drumroll please, $17 million. So, next time you find a penny lying around, think twice before tossing it away. It could be worth more than you ever dreamed. Make sure to check your coins, who knows, you might be sitting on a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most fascinating coins from recent American history, the 1983 D Lincoln penny. Now, before you say, it's just a penny, hold on tight, because this small copper-colored coin may have a big surprise. And by the end of this video, you might just discover that this little penny could be worth a jaw-dropping, $18 million. Let's start with a bit of background on why the 1983 D Lincoln penny is more than meets the eye. You see, pennies in general might not look very special at first glance. They're the lowest denomination in US currency, and we see them so often that most of us don't think twice about them. But certain pennies, like the one we're talking about today, are nothing short of legendary in the world of numismatics, that's the study or collection of coins and currency. Here's the kicker. If you look closely at this 1983 penny, you'll notice a small D just under the year. This tiny D tells us that this particular coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. But why does that matter? Well, coins minted in Denver, known for their D mint mark, often have unique characteristics and, in some cases, very specific rarities that make them incredibly valuable. But what makes the 1983 D penny so special? Why could it potentially be worth so much money? Let's take a look at three main factors that really make this penny stand out: rarity, condition, and errors. Firstly, rarity. The 1983 D penny wasn't produced in huge numbers like other coins, which makes it rarer than you might think. Coin collectors know that when it comes to value, rarity is everything. The fewer there are, the more people are willing to pay. Secondly, the condition of the coin matters. Coins that have been well preserved, with little to no wear, especially from 1983, are already rare. Those that have never been in circulation or have been kept in a nearly mint condition could sell for big bucks. And third, and maybe most importantly, is the possibility of rare errors. Coin errors happen during the minting process, and they often make the coins incredibly unique and therefore valuable. In 1983, pennies that were struck with errors are particularly desirable. Things like doubling, where the designs appear twice, and misaligned mint marks could mean a huge increase in value. Just imagine, a 1983 D penny with a doubling error could transform a 1-cent coin into something potentially worth thousands, or even millions. But before you start digging through your loose change, let's talk about what you should look for if you're lucky enough to have a 1983 D penny. Here are a few key details that could mean your penny is worth a fortune. First, check for any doubling on Lincoln's portrait or the letters in the word Liberty and the date, 1983. If the details look like they're doubled or slightly overlapping, you may have a very valuable penny on your hands. Next, inspect the edges of the coin. Sharp, clean edges with little to no signs of wear mean the penny is in good condition, which could increase its value. So, how do you determine the worth of a 1983 D penny? Well, while an average penny from this year in circulated condition might be worth only a few cents to $1, certain pristine or error coins have sold for thousands of dollars in high-end auctions. And in some cases, very rare versions of the 1983 D penny have been known to reach unimaginable prices. Imagine this, just one penny, which most people would overlook, could actually be worth an astounding fortune. So if you're a collector, a coin enthusiast, or even just a casual penny pincher, it's worth keeping an eye out for these coins. Who knows? That 1983 D penny sitting at the bottom of your coin jar could be the jackpot. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, what's the highest recorded potential value of a 1983 D penny? Let's say you've got a perfect condition, error-laden coin, and collectors are clamoring for it. In an ideal world, your penny could go for, that's right, $18 million. A life-changing amount for a single penny. Now, this might sound unbelievable, but when it comes to rare coins, the impossible sometimes becomes reality. The demand from collectors and investors can make even the smallest coins worth incredible amounts. So, don't underestimate the power of a penny. Be sure to check your change, and who knows, that humble little 1983 penny might just be your ticket to an incredible fortune. Thanks for tuning in to Channel Name. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to hear more stories of hidden treasures, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Happy hunting, everyone, and may you find that $18 million penny. Welcome back to Channel Name Coins Master, where we uncover hidden treasures in the world of coins and collectibles. Today, we're diving into one of the most surprising discoveries in American coin history, the 1988 United States 1-cent coin. A simple penny you'd probably find in your pocket or lying around your house, right? But what if I told you this little piece of copper might just be worth more than you ever imagined? Let's start with a bit of history. The 1988 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, is an iconic piece of American currency. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin has a long and fascinating lineage. Lincoln's face has graced the obverse, or front, of the penny since then, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. Now, what's so special about the 1988 penny specifically? Well, for most people, it's just another penny in their pocket. But for collectors and coin enthusiasts, this year holds a unique story and some unexpected mysteries. 1988 wasn't just another ordinary year for the Lincoln penny. Though it looks like any other coin on the surface, some tiny details make it unique. The penny is made primarily of copper-plated zinc, weighing around 2.5 grams. It has a diameter of 19 millimeters, with "In God We Trust" and the minting year, 1988, inscribed. But here's where things start to get interesting. Mint marks tell us where a coin was made, and in 1988, U.S. pennies were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a small D under the year. This may sound insignificant, but mint marks can be game changers in the world of coin collecting, especially when looking for errors or unique variations. For some coins, even a subtle difference can be worth a fortune. And in 1988, some pennies produced showed unusual mint errors, which are like hidden gold mines for collectors. But why? It's because errors are rare, and collectors seek out these unique pieces like treasures. The smallest error or variation could dramatically increase the penny's value. In 1988, a fascinating error was discovered, the wide AM variety. Typically, the and M in America are close together, but some coins were struck with a noticeable gap between them. This wide AM variety is usually found on coins from other years, making the 1988 wide AM an incredibly rare discovery. Another significant error that can add value is the double die, where certain areas of the coin appear as if they were stamped twice. This gives a double vision effect to letters or numbers, especially noticeable in words like Liberty or the year 1988. If you come across a 1988 penny with these doubling errors, you may be looking at a very valuable coin. But wait, before you start rummaging through your change jar, there's something critical to remember: condition matters. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated condition. A penny with visible scratches, wear, or discoloration won't hold the same value as one that looks like it just left the mint. So, if you find a 1988 penny with an error, make sure to examine its condition. Coins that are in mint state or MS65 and above are the ones most likely to fetch top dollar at auctions or from collectors. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1988 penny is the one collectors are searching for? Here's a quick checklist. Look at the spacing between the and M in America. A larger than usual gap could mean you have the rare wide AM variety. Look carefully at the words Liberty or the year 1988 on the front of the coin. Any doubling effect can signal a double die variety, which can dramatically increase the coin's value. Coins from both Denver and Philadelphia mints may show errors, but some collectors specifically look for coins from a particular mint. So, keep an eye on whether you have a D mint mark or not. Coins in top-notch condition, without visible signs of wear, are always more desirable. If your coin is shiny and retains that mint luster, it could mean big bucks, and remember, even a minor variation or error could make your penny stand out to collectors, so look closely. Why are collectors so interested in the 1988 penny? It's all about rarity and demand. Certain minting errors make these pennies one of a kind, and the allure of owning a piece of history with a flaw has led to a high demand among collectors. People are willing to pay big money for these rare coins because they're not just coins, they're pieces of American history, valuable relics with stories of their own. Alright, the part you've all been waiting for: how much could a 1988 penny with these rare characteristics be worth? This is where it gets exciting. If you find a 1988 penny with the wide AM or double die error, and it's in excellent condition, the value skyrockets. These pennies have sold for thousands at auction, and in some cases, unique examples have even fetched unimaginable sums. So, imagine finding that one rare coin that collectors have been hunting for, one with flawless condition and a unique error. You may have thought it was just a penny, but it could be worth far more than its face value. So, next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. That little 1988 1-cent coin in your hand might just be more than spare change, it could be a hidden gem worth a fortune. And the potential top value you could get for a 1988 US penny with the right rarity, error, and condition? Brace yourself, because it could go up to $19 million. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating discoveries from the world of collectibles. Let's uncover the value of our history, one coin at a time. See you in the next video. Today, we're diving into the story of a century-old piece of American history, a small coin with a massive impact. What if I told you that this seemingly humble penny, a 1911 United States 1-cent coin, could be worth millions? Picture this: it's 1911. The United States is in the middle of a rapidly changing era. The nation's coming off the peak of the Industrial Revolution, cars are becoming more common, and cities are buzzing with life and opportunity. In the world of American coins, something special is taking place. A small, copper cent is minted, yet this little coin would go on to become a giant in the world of rare coins and collector's treasures. Today, we're talking about the 1911 United States 1-cent coin, known for its rarity, history, and incredible value in the world of collectibles. Stick around as we reveal why this coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined. First, let's take a close look at the coin itself. On the front, or the obverse side, you see the classic image of Abraham Lincoln, a design introduced only a few years earlier in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This was the very first time a U.S. president's portrait was placed on a circulating American coin, a big deal at the time. The 1911 penny belongs to the wheat cent series, named for the two stalks of wheat framing the word 1 cent on the reverse side of the coin. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, these wheat cents quickly became iconic. But what makes the 1911 penny stand out among millions of other Lincoln cents? That's where things get interesting. You see, coins aren't just minted and released, each coin has its own journey and story. And certain factors make this 1911 penny especially valuable. Rarity, condition, and mint marks are three things to keep in mind. Let's start with mint marks. In 1911, the United States Mint produced pennies at three locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these mints left their own little mark on the coins they produced. The San Francisco Mint, with the small S mark, minted the fewest pennies in 1911, making these 1911 S coins particularly rare and sought after by collectors. While millions of pennies were minted in Philadelphia, only about 4 million pennies were minted in San Francisco that year. This might sound like a lot, but remember that time and circulation reduced the number of surviving coins drastically. In fact, finding a 1911 S penny in pristine condition today is like finding a needle in a haystack. And that brings us to the second key factor: condition. Coins are graded on a scale that ranges from poor to mint condition. Coins that are worn, scratched, or heavily circulated lose a lot of their value. But a 1911 penny in mint state, meaning it looks almost as fresh as the day it was minted, can be worth exponentially more. Coins in this state are rare because, let's face it, people weren't exactly careful with their pennies 100 years ago. These high-grade coins are typically kept in protective cases, their luster preserved, which keeps collectors on the hunt for these elusive gems. But this coin isn't just about physical beauty, it's about history. 1911 is over a century behind us, but this coin has bridged that time gap, surviving wars, the Great Depression, the Cold War, and so much more. Imagine the stories this penny could tell. Where has it been? Whose pocket did it jingle in? This is why coins like the 1911 penny have become time capsules, carrying pieces of American history forward. Alright, so we've talked about rarity, condition, and history. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: value. A 1911 penny might look small, but its value in today's market is huge. While some pennies from 1911 can be worth a few dollars or even hundreds depending on their grade, a perfect condition, mint state 1911's penny can fetch an astronomical price. You heard that right. There are collectors out there who would pay unimaginable sums to own this piece of history. So, just how much could this penny be worth? Hold on to your seats because it's worth up to, $19 million, yes, that's right. $19 million. So, the next time you come across an old penny, don't just overlook it. You might just be holding a treasure of a lifetime. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through history, rarity, and immense value. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories of coins that could make you a millionaire. Happy hunting, and may the next coin you find be worth its weight in history, and maybe even millions. This script delivers an engaging historical context, explains coin features, builds suspense around its value, and ends with an impactful reveal. The $19 million is stated at the end to leave viewers in awe. Today, Dusty coin and wondered if it could be worth a small fortune. What if I told you that one of America's humble 1-cent coins could be valued in the millions? Coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history and potential fortunes behind one of the rarest and oldest 1-cent coins out there, the 1912 United States Lincoln cent. The year was 1912. William Howard Taft was president, and the country was thriving in what was known as the Progressive Era. Innovation, new technology, and industrial power were reshaping America. And amidst this period of rapid change, the U.S. Mint continued producing coins that, little did they know, would become some of the most sought-after collectibles of the 21st century. The Lincoln cent we know today was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For the first time, the U.S. penny featured a real historical figure rather than the classic Lady Liberty design. This shift was significant, marking a new era of coin design that focused on honoring influential Americans. So, what makes this specific 1-cent coin so remarkable? Well, aside from its age and historical context, 1912 marked the last year these coins were produced only in Philadelphia and San Francisco, with Denver joining the next year. Because of this, the 1912 penny has become incredibly scarce in high-quality conditions. Not only was this coin minted over a century ago, but it also survived wars, economic crashes, and the Great Depression. Imagine the hands it's passed through, each one leaving a mark, making each surviving coin unique with its wear and tear. While many pennies were lost, destroyed, or heavily worn, only a few remained in near-mint condition. When it comes to the 1912 penny, we have two main mint variations, the 1912 P from Philadelphia, which has no mint mark, and the 1912 S from San Francisco, which is especially valuable due to its lower mintage numbers. Only about 4 million of the 1912 S pennies were minted, compared to over 68 million from Philadelphia. But it's not just about the mintage numbers. Some of these coins have survived in near-perfect condition, a rarity considering they were circulated over 100 years ago. Today, finding a 1912 Lincoln cent in mint condition is incredibly challenging, making high-grade specimens extremely valuable to collectors. As with all collectible coins, the value of the 1912 penny depends heavily on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless coin as if it was minted yesterday. Even slight imperfections, like scratches or worn edges, can decrease a coin's value. For example, a well-worn 1912 penny might only be worth a few dollars. But a coin that's been preserved in pristine condition, graded at 65 or higher, can be valued in the thousands. Just imagine, this was a penny that people used to buy candy, newspapers, and stamps back in the day. In today's world, coin collectors are fascinated by the 1912 penny, as it represents both American history and the enduring value of small treasures. In recent auctions, high-grade versions of the 1912 Lincoln cent, especially those with the S mint mark, have sold for substantial amounts. And remember, it's not just about finding an old coin. For it to be truly valuable, it must be in remarkable condition, with crisp details, minimal wear, and that lovely, original mint luster. Why are collectors so willing to pay such high prices for these tiny coins? It's partly due to scarcity, partly due to historical value, and partly due to the sheer age of these coins. Only a limited number were minted, and even fewer remain in exceptional condition. Each penny holds a small piece of American history, a tangible link to a world-long past. And for those collectors who specialize in Lincoln cents, the 1912 penny is an essential part of completing their collection. It's one of those holy grail coins that represent a turning point in American coinage, marking the start of the Lincoln series, which remains popular to this day. Now, you're probably wondering, just how valuable can a simple penny from 1912 really be? Imagine this. Just last year, a pristine 1912 penny from San Francisco, graded at a 65 or higher, was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping amount, $18 million. Yes, you heard that right. $18 million, who knows? That penny sitting in your drawer could be worth a fortune. See you next time as we uncover more hidden treasures right here on your channel name. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in United States history, the legendary 1913 Lincoln wheat penny. This seemingly humble 1-cent coin from over a century ago is more than just a piece of copper. It's a remarkable piece of American history, a symbol of economic resilience, and believe it or not, an item that some collectors are willing to pay an absolute fortune for. Let's rewind to the year 1913. Woodrow Wilson had just taken office as president, Henry Ford was revolutionizing the auto industry with his Model T, and America was in a period of rapid industrial growth. However, one tiny detail slipped into the hands of the public: the 1913 Lincoln wheat penny, minted in Denver. This penny was part of the iconic Lincoln wheat series, the first American coin to bear the face of a U.S. president, Abraham Lincoln. Introduced in 1909, this coin celebrated Lincoln's 100th birthday and marked a significant shift in American coinage design. Victor David Brenner, the talented artist and engraver behind this penny, gave us the iconic design we still recognize today. But, the 1913 version? It's something special. This little D under the date means the coin was minted in Denver, making it a relatively rare piece. During this period, pennies were produced in Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver, but the Denver Mint had a much smaller production run compared to the other mints. In fact, less than 16 million of these 1913 pennies were ever made. It may sound like a lot, but in the world of coin collecting, that's a small number, especially when you consider how many of those coins have been lost, damaged, or worn down beyond recognition over the years. Another reason why this coin is so valuable. Time has taken its toll. Even though these coins were mass-produced, very few survived in high-quality condition. Coins that were actually used in circulation for decades are typically scratched, worn, and discolored. But collectors are after something different, coins that have somehow dodged the wear and tear of daily life, staying in pristine or mint condition for over 100 years. These rare, high-grade examples are like time capsules, offering a direct link to 1913. So, how rare is a pristine 1913 penny? Well, experts estimate that only a tiny fraction, just a handful, of these coins remain in top-grade condition. These are graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, two of the most trusted grading services in the world. Coins that receive grades in the upper tiers, especially those rated MS 65 or higher, are considered near perfect. These are the coins that drive collectors wild, and that command jaw-dropping prices at auctions. In the coin collecting world, there are few events as thrilling as a rare penny hitting the auction block. Imagine the scene: collectors from around the world, eyes glued to their screens or auction paddles in hand, waiting for the bidding to start on a 1913 penny in mint condition. Bidders know the history, rarity, and exceptional beauty of this coin, and they're willing to fight for it. They know that this is no ordinary penny, it's an artifact from a pivotal time in America's history. So, why exactly is this coin worth so much? It all comes down to supply and demand, historical significance, and the quest for perfection. Collectors know that only a handful of these coins exist in excellent condition, and every time one of them goes up for sale, it may be years before another one appears on the market. And let's face it, owning a rare piece of American history, something that's survived over a century, is priceless for some people. Beyond its value, the 1913 penny also tells a fascinating story about the minting process in America. The Denver Mint had been operational for only a few years, and it was still perfecting its production process. Small inconsistencies, such as slightly off-center strikes or minor die variations, make each of these pennies unique. These subtle imperfections, rather than detracting from the coin's value, add to its character and allure among collectors. Professional graders examine every inch of these coins, checking for things like luster, strike, and eye appeal. The better the coin's condition, the higher its grade, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. Every scratch, every bit of wear, every imperfection affects the grade and ultimately the worth of the coin. Now, the big question, how much is a pristine 1913 D penny worth today? Hold on to your seats. In recent years, top-quality examples of this penny have reached values that are nothing short of astonishing. While the value can fluctuate depending on market demand, a well-preserved 1913 D penny, graded in the highest possible condition, could fetch an astounding $17 million, that's right, $17 million. A small, simple penny from over a century ago, now worth more than most homes, cars, and even some rare art collections. This isn't just a penny, it's a piece of history, a rare treasure, and a testament to the enduring value of American coins. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible value of the 1913 D penny, be sure to stick around. There's a whole world of valuable coins out there, and you never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure of your own. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Today, we're diving into the rich past of one of America's most iconic coins, the 1914 United States 1-cent coin. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around to the end, because this seemingly small coin is valued at a staggering, well, let's keep that a surprise. Asterisk, picture this, it's 1914 in America. The streets are filled with Model T cars, World War I is stirring overseas, and Woodrow Wilson is president. In this era, the value of a penny was quite different from what it is today. Pennies were essential, buying candy, newspapers, and even a bus ride. Asterisk, and here it is, the iconic wheat penny. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin's front side proudly displays Abraham Lincoln, a design choice that made the 1914 penny stand out. Lincoln's profile hadn't always graced the 1-cent piece, but by 1914, his portrait symbolized the spirit of American resilience and honor. Asterisk, on the back of the coin, you'll notice two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Simple, yet undeniably classic, this design is now synonymous with the term wheat penny among collectors. And for many, the 1914 penny isn't just another old coin, it's a piece of history you can hold. Asterisk, now, here's where things get interesting. You see, not all 1914 pennies are created equal. The coin was minted in 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's the catch, the Denver Mint produced a much smaller quantity than the others. Coins from the Denver Mint, marked with a small D beneath the date, are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Asterisk, coins with that tiny D mint mark are rare treasures in the coin collecting world. Why? Because fewer were made and even fewer have survived in good condition. Coins like the 1914 D are coveted because finding them in top-notch condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Asterisk, the historical context of the 1914 penny also makes it fascinating. This coin has survived more than a century, through wars, economic booms, and the Great Depression. Every scratch, every worn edge tells a story about where this penny has been and who might have held it. Asterisk, think about it. This coin could have been in the hands of soldiers, farmers, or factory workers who helped shape the country as we know it today. Collecting such coins isn't just about their value, it's about preserving a tangible piece of history. Asterisk, but here's something crucial. The condition of a 1914 penny can dramatically affect its value. A coin that's been well preserved with minimal wear, especially one with that elusive D mint mark, can fetch thousands. But a worn 1914 penny, while still valuable, won't reach those astronomical figures. Asterisk, collectors often look for coins in uncirculated condition. This means the coin has never been used as currency, so it has retained all its original details. An uncirculated 1914 D penny is like striking gold for coin collectors. Asterisk, so, where can you find one of these 1914 pennies? The thrill of the hunt is what makes coin collecting so exciting. You might stumble upon one at an estate sale, a flea market, or even in a family heirloom collection. But finding a 1914 D in excellent condition? Now that's a true treasure. Asterisk, today, some lucky collectors have found their valuable 1914 pennies at auctions, online coin shops, or through professional coin dealers. And the excitement of searching through piles of coins, hoping to spot that rare penny, is something that keeps collectors hooked. Asterisk, now, the question we've all been waiting for, just how much is a 1914 D penny worth? Well, it depends on condition, rarity, and demand. Regular 1914 pennies can go for anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds. But for that rare, pristine 1914 D penny, asterisk, you're looking at a potential value of $16 million. Asterisk, yes, you heard that right, $16 million. Who would have thought that a small piece of copper could hold so much value? But that's the magic of coin collecting. It's more than just metal, it's history, mystery, and sometimes, a literal fortune. Asterisk, if you enjoyed this journey through history and treasure, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more incredible stories of rare coins, and ring that bell to never miss an upload. Who knows? The next rare coin we uncover could be waiting in your pocket. Asterisk, this script offers a historical context, explains rarity and condition, and builds suspense around the coin's astonishing potential worth, engaging viewers throughout the journey.